Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Teresia and this will be a 45-minute yoga class. So today we're going to get into the hips a little bit more. So we'll start out with a few sun salutations, warm up a little bit, and then get a little more into the hips. So let's get started. Begin in a child's pose. So let your knees come wide on your mat, hips come down towards your heels, fingertips reach long out ahead of you. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Really reach your fingertips forward so you find yourself lengthening through the sides of your body, through your ribs. And let your forehead melt down. So you really start to feel yourself press down towards the mat. And take 3 deep breaths here, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. One more inhale and exhale. And then press down into your hands, slowly rise up into your tabletop position. So in your tabletop, hands come underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We'll just start to warm up the spine a little. So melt your belly down towards the mat, open your chest forward, spin your inner thighs towards the back of the room. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone down, press into your hands, look towards your belly button. Inhale, open your chest forward, really draw your shoulder blades in towards each other. And then as you exhale, press into your hands, press your shoulder blades apart. Take a few more at your pace. Then come back into your table. From here, ground down into your left knee, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Then send it out to the side like you're a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. So you've got this 90-degree angle in your hips. And then send your knee around towards the back of the mat. So your knee is facing towards the mat, sole of the foot faces up towards the ceiling. And then start to connect all those movements. So in towards your chest, out towards the side and around towards the back of the mat. And move slowly here. Start to feel your core engage as you move through the 3 positions. So you're opening through the hips, but you're also engaging through the belly. And then release your right knee down to the mat. Plug your hands down into the floor and draw your left knee in towards your chest. Bring it out to the side, curl your toes in towards your knee, and then bring it around the back so the sole of the foot faces up. And then as slow or as fast as you'd like, connect those positions. Really feeling into the hip, noticing if this side feels a little different than the other. And then reground your knee. Plug into your hands, tuck your toes, and lift your knees a few inches off the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in. As you breathe out, lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. And in your down dog, add movement, bend one knee, bend the other. Let your hips sway side to side, rock your head, yes and no. Do whatever feels good. And then from here, start to walk your feet towards your hands. Move slowly, really press into the hands, and then once the feet are up there, take the weight into your feet, grab a hold of opposite elbows, and let your chest dangle over your thighs. Add the movement that feels good here as well. Feel the top of your head magnetize down towards the mat as your hips reach up towards the ceiling. Let whatever whatever bend you need to be in your knees, be there. So not trying to strain the hamstrings towards straightening the knees just yet. Then release your hands down to the mat, press into your feet, and rise all the way up to stand. Sweep your arms up over your head. Turn your pinkies in and your thumbs out. Deep breath in, lengthen up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway, open through your chest. Exhale, fold down. On this inhale, sweep all the way up to stand, arms reach up. Follow your exhale, fold forward. Halfway rise, inhale, lengthen through the spine, all the way through the crown of the head. This time as you fold forward, plant your hands and step back to high plank. Press into your hands, press the mat away from you. Get a little bit of softness in your elbows. So the elbows work in towards each other slightly. Start to feel the biceps engage. And then get strong through the legs. So the heels lift up. Thighs really squeeze in towards each other. Deep breath in. And out. One more inhale. As you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Keep your hands planted underneath your shoulders, and then rise up into a small cobra. And then rock side to side in your cobra. Take your gaze over one shoulder and the other. One more breath in. Exhale, release. On this inhale, press into your hands. Rise up a little higher in your cobra. Feel your shoulder blades wrap together around your heart. One more breath in here. And exhale, release. This time on the inhale, press up higher into your cobra. Really peel the head of the arm bones back. Take your gaze forward. Lift up through the top of your head. And then as you exhale, push up and back to down dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and let it out. Inhale, lift up to your toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step or hop towards the top of your mat. Halfway rise, inhale. And fold, exhale. Rise up to stand, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. This time, deep breath in. As you exhale, lower halfway or all the way to the mat. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, let it out. Inhale, right leg reaches up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bend your knee and peel your hip open. Deep breath in, reach that right knee up. And then step your right foot through towards your thumb. Stay lifted off the back heel, press into your feet, grow up tall, crescent lunge. So bend into that right knee, scissor your legs in towards each other so right hip comes back, left hip comes forward. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, down dog. Inhale, left foot reaches up high. And then bend and peel your hip open. Reach that left knee up higher, inhale. And then step your left foot through. Press firmly into your feet on your way up. Exhale to settle in. Take up space on your mat. Nice. Deep breath in. Inhales all the way down to the feet. And exhales all the way up through the crown of the head. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, down dog. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and let it out. Inhale, lift up to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise to stand, arms sweep up. As you exhale, bend your knees and sink your hips into chair. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more inhale. As you exhale, fold. Halfway rise, breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your hands, step back, lower halfway. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot reaches up, breathe in. Step your right foot through, breathe out. Press into your feet, grow tall, crescent lunge. This time, open up to warrior two. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Start to press your right knee towards straight. From here, we're going to go into Skandasana. So you're going to turn your left toes to face the back of the mat or towards the front or towards the back corner of the mat. You're going to start to bend your left knee. Right toes will come up. Left heel can come up if it needs to. You're going to bend deeply into this. Hands can come in towards the heart. And then you can make some movements with the right foot. So you can flex and point that foot. Starting to open up a little more. Nice. Then plant your hands on the mat, walk forward, and send that right foot back to down dog. Good job. Inhale, left leg reaches up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step that left foot through. Press into your feet, grow tall, crescent lunge. And then start to open up warrior two. Take your time, settle in here. Bend into that left knee. Press back with that right hand. And keep breathing in and out. Inhale and exhale. And start to straighten your left knee. Turn your right toes back. Bend your right knee. Start to come down into Skandasana. So the left knee is straight. If you can't have the right heel on the mat, you can lift it up. And then try to maintain a little openness in the chest as you come into the pose here. Spend a few breaths here. And then bring your hands down to the mat, and like a cheetah, walk your hands forward, step back, down dog. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and let it out. Inhale, lift up to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop towards the front of the mat. Halfway rise, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise up to stand, arms sweep up. Exhale into chair. This time in your chair, bring the weight into your left foot, cross your right ankle over your left knee, and sink a little deeper into your chair pose. You can bring your hands in towards your heart, coming into a figure four chair. So in your figure four chair, keep your right toes curling in towards your right knee. Sink your hips down and back. And then from here, we're going to add on. So start to press down into your left foot, Start to straighten that left knee. Right knee comes into the chest, arms come up. And then exhale down into the figure 4 chair. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, get into that stretch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. One more inhale. Exhale. And then release back into chair. And go straight into the other side. So cross the left ankle over the right thigh/knee. Take a few breaths, settle in here. Press firmly into that right foot. So really feel yourself grounding down. And then we'll add on, so press into that right leg, straighten the right knee, left knee comes into the chest, arms come up. And exhale back into the figure 4 chair. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, figure 4 chair. Inhale, reach up. Figure 4 chair. Ooh, one more reach. And down. And release your foot down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. And down to chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. To down dog, breathe out. Right foot reaches up, breathe in. Step your right foot through, press into your feet, rise up, crescent lunge. Open warrior 2. Inhale, straighten that knee, Skandasana at the back of the mat. One inhale. Exhale, start to lunge your way forward, step back, down dog. Left foot lifts up, breathe in. Step that left foot through. Press into your feet, grow tall crescent. Open up warrior. Skandasana, straighten that left knee, open up towards the back of the mat. Deep inhale. And exhale, crawl your way towards the front of the mat, step back, down dog. Breathe in through your nose. Open and let it out through your mouth. Inhale, lift up to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop towards the top of the mat. Halfway rise, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise up to stand. Exhale to chair, hands come in towards your heart. And we're gonna go into our figure 4 chair. So press into your left foot, right ankle crosses over. Sorry about that. Sink your hips a little deeper. And this time we're going into a twist. So the right elbow is gonna come into the right sole of the foot. And take your gaze over towards the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale, release up, release your chair. And come slowly into the other side. So right knee bends, left ankle crosses over. Sink into your hips. Find a little balance, some equanimity, and then left elbow comes into the left sole of the foot. Hands press into each other. If the hands pressing into each other hurts the wrists, you can make a fist with one hand, other hand clasped around the wrist. Has less impact. One more breath in. Exhale, release and fold. Halfway rise, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up. As you exhale, right foot steps through. This time come down to the back knee. So we're in a low lunge. Really sink into the hips and then reach up, Anjaneyasana. Arms press up towards the ceiling. Feet press down towards the earth. Maybe start to feel that little stretch in the left hip. And the hips pressing forward. Breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the nose. Breath in and out. Then bring your hands in towards your heart. Left elbow to the outer right thigh. Come into a twist. So in your twist, you can press the hands into each other, or the modification I described with the other pose, the fist coming into the palm of the hand. You can also do that in the other direction. So whatever modification works best for you here, focus on peeling that right shoulder back, opening through the chest towards the right, and peeling the right hip back. Then from here, bring your hands to the inner edge of your right foot. Start to walk your right foot off towards the right slightly. Press your hips forward. Let your right toes face out towards the right. And then you can stay up on the hands here, can come down to your forearms. If you have blocks at your disposal, you can come onto your forearms on the block. Or if you don't have blocks, you can use a book or a box of spaghetti, I don't know, something else. Get creative. We're going to hold this pose for a couple more breaths. So really breathing deeply, noticing the sensation in your right hip. Notice if other parts of your body are holding tension. So if you're clenching through your fingertips or through your toes, just release that. Let your body be soft and relaxed as you enjoy the sensations in your hips. And start to lift back up to your hands. Remove your block or prop if you used one. Tuck your back toes. Lift your left knee up off the mat. And then stay in this position. Press your feet apart. So it's like you're trying to rip your mat apart with your feet for just a couple breaths here. Noticing the strength. Really fire up in that left thigh. And then step back to down dog. After that intense stretch, take a few moments, pedal out your knees, your feet, your hips. Maybe shake your head, yes and no. And then we'll go to the other side. So left leg lifts up, breathe in. And step your left foot through, breathe out. Down to the right knee. Sink your hips forward. Take a moment, catch your bearings. Maybe tuck those back toes, or you can have them untucked. It doesn't really matter. It's more of a personal preference. I like to keep them tucked for stability. Press into your legs and slowly rise up. Low lunge. Keep the hips melting forward, but keep strength in the pose. So your left foot is pressing down into the mat. Fingertips reaching up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Couple more breaths. And bring your hands in towards your heart. Deep inhale. Exhale, right elbow to outer left thigh. Press your hands into each other and come into your twist. Peel that left shoulder up and back. Few more breaths in this position. then bring both hands to the inner edge of your left foot. Wiggle your left toes out towards the left so you get a little bit of a wider stance and the left toes point towards the left. Stay up on the hands here, or modify, come down to your forearms, come down to a block. Keep your shoulders nice and soft and pulling down away from the ears no matter what position you choose with the arms. The head can relax down, however, so you find a little more relaxation, a little softness in the pose. Remember to breathe deeply here, in through your nose, and out through your nose. Breath in, breath out. Just keep going like this, noticing the sensations that your body is offering you. From here, begin to lift up. Come to your hands, remove your block if you use one as a prop. Tap your back toes, press into your hands, lift your back knee. And then in this position, press your feet down and apart. So that should give you a little more sensation in your front hip. Breath in and out. One more inhale. Exhale, step it back, down dog. And again here, wiggle it out. Let your head wiggle, let your hips wiggle. Press your hands into the mat. Feel your hips pull up and towards the back of the room. And then come down to your knees. Walk your knees forward so that you're in a tabletop position. From here, we're going to move into cow-faced pose. So, with your legs, let your right knee be where it is and bring your right foot off to the left slightly. Then cross your left knee behind your right knee. Left foot comes out towards the right. So, I'll just stand up in this position so you can see the knees are crossed over each other, feet are out in opposite directions. Then, with your hands, walk your hands forward, pull your hips back. You're coming into a long, almost a puppy pose. The chest is sort of melting towards the floor. Hips are pulling back. You get a little bit of stretch in the hips. A lot of stretch in the upper body. And then from here, start to walk your hands back, back, back. Sit your hips down onto the mat. So you might need to wiggle out the feet here. Wiggle them out towards opposite sides of the room. If you have a lot of space between one knee and the other, you can use a block or a pillow or something between them. Nice. And then we're going to inhale the arms up and exhale to fold over. And just notice here, notice and feel. Lots of sensation in the right hip. Breathing in and out. Couple more breaths. And lift your chest up. Unravel your knees, plant your feet, and just windshield wiper your knees side to side. Your hands can be planted behind your back. Release tension in your legs. And then cross your ankles, roll up to table, and we'll go to the other side. So cross your right knee behind your left. Right foot comes out towards the left, left foot comes to the right. Hands come forward, hips pull back. Chest melts towards the mat. A little prelude to our cow-faced pose. And then start to walk your hands back. Let your hips come down and adjust your pose if you need to. Again, you can modify, bring a blanket or a pillow or whatever prop you have at your disposal between your knees. And then start to fold over. Again, noticing any gripping sensation you're holding in your body. Just letting yourself relax and experience. Few more breaths. And begin to lift up. Release your legs, bring them out ahead of you, and windshield wiper the knees side to side. When you feel satisfied with your windshield wipering, we're going to come into a variation of deer pose. So deer pose is like half pigeon, but a little less intense. So we're going to start with the right foot coming so that the shin is parallel to the front edge of the mat. Left foot comes out to the side. So your left thigh is parallel to the front edge of the mat, 90-degree angle between the left thigh and the shin. So we're going to start out with some strength, actually. So bring one hand on the inside of the right shin, other hand to the side of the thigh, and then you're just going to lift your left shin and thigh up off the mat. We're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that. Sit back, bring your hands behind you, and we'll do the same with the front leg. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then from here, in our figure 4 position, we're going to fold over the front leg. So this is like half pigeon, except the back leg is out to the side instead of behind. In your half pigeon, really relax and let go. So if you'd like to place a blanket or a pillow underneath your chest, you can fold over and really release and do so. Keep focusing on your breath. And begin to lift up. Come back onto your hips and switch sides. So left foot comes across towards the top of the mat, right knee out to the side, fingers plant down, and then we're going to start lifting the right knee and shin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the hands can come behind you. You're going to lift the left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then release that left foot down. Create a good position that's sustainable for you. Keep those left toes coming in towards the knee. And then fold over into your deer. Maybe let your exhales start to become longer than your inhales, focusing on releasing sensation through your body, down into the mat, into the earth. One more deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and let it out. And lift up out of your pose. Bring your feet towards each other. And from here, we're going to go into frog pose. So frog is a very intense pose. I really recommend blankets or pillows here. Blocks for those of you who haven't tried this before. But a way to make it more palatable on your knees is to fold the corners of your mat in. So with the sides of your mat folded in, just make sure I'm in frame, you're going to come to the mat, widen your knees out towards the sides, so you're sort of on the inner parts of your knees, inner parts of the thighs. Your toes are pointing out in opposite directions. And then you can stay up on the hands here, come down to your forearms, or come all the way down to the mat, depending on your level of flexibility. And then you can use your blocks or your blankets or pillows to pad under your chest, under your hips, whatever feels right. So we'll just take a couple more breaths in this position. Keep some engagement in your toes. Keep your shins pressing into the mat. The most important thing about this pose is to breathe. It can be a really challenging pose. So if you're feeling pain here, back off. Obviously, there's a level of discomfort that's necessary to gain new levels of flexibility, but learning the difference between discomfort and pain, noticing the limits of your body is very important in yoga. It's all for you, so really hone in on that ability to discern what your body is telling you. And from here, start to lift up to your hands and slowly walk your knees back in towards each other. Uncurl your mat, bring it back to where it was, and then come down to lay on your back. Here we're going to take a final set of twists. So bring your arms out towards either side. Bring your feet wide on the mat with your knees bent. And then let your knees flop over towards the right. From here, you can stay in this position, let your gaze come over to the left, or you can pick up your right foot and place it on your left knee. And in that way, you'll get a little more stretch through the left side body. Deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, release it out. Start to release the side of the pose. Make your way back to center and then over to the left. So the knees come over to the left, gaze comes to the right. Left foot can come on top of the right knee. Expand out to the side. Make your way back to center. Draw both knees in towards your chest. Bring your forehead up to meet them. Squeeze everything in. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Big inhale, squeeze everything in. And then exhale to Shavasana. Let your body splay out. Allow your body to melt down into the mat. Close your eyes. And feel your body relax. Take one more breath in through your nose. Big open mouth sigh. And then release control of your breath. And fall into Shavasana. Spend as much time as you like or need in Shavasana. I thank you for practicing with me. I hope this sequence helped move a little bit of stagnation out of your hips and that you enjoyed it. Namaste. See you next time.